Okay, so today we learned how to simplify radicals. And so I taught you guys how to make a factors tree. So start with the lowest number that goes into 24, which is 2 times 12. And then 12 would be 2 times 6. And then 6 would be 2 times 3. Now once you have it into all prime numbers, this is going to be the square root of 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Every couple comes out, because that's like 2 times 2 is 4, and the square root of 4 is 2. So that comes out, singles stay inside. 2 times 3 would be 6. So that would be your final answer. For 45, you're doing 5 times 9. 5 is the lowest prime, or one of the primes that goes into it. And 9 is 3 times 3, both primes. So this would be the square root of 3 times 3 times 5. Here's a couple. The couple comes out. The 5 stays inside. So 3 radical 5 would be the answer. Square root of 120. You can also do this by just thinking of two things that multiply to give you 120. So I'm going to do it this way as well. Instead of starting with the lowest number that goes into it, you can do 12 times 10, let's say. And then break each of these down. That would be 2 times 6. That would be 2 times 3. This would be 2 times 5. And so all of your prime numbers are what make up 120. So that would be 1, 2, 3 2s, a 3, and a 5. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. So we only have one couple in all of that mess. This comes out and becomes a 2. And then inside you have 2 times 3, which is 6, times 5, which is 30. So this would be 2 radical 30. 288, I'm going to start with happy math, which would be 144. And then 144 is 12 times 12. Now you don't have to keep going if you have a perfect square right there. So this becomes the square root of 2 times 12 times 12. There's a couple. The couple comes out and becomes 12 radical 2. Okay, so that's another way to do it. You can look for perfect squares, which would have been 144. 96. Take 96, and you can think of numbers that go into it. I'm going to think of 3. 3 goes in 32 times. And then 32, I'm going to break down to 2 times 16. And 16, I'm going to break down into 4 times 4. The bottom line is you're looking for pairs. So if I use that pair, then I have 4 times 4, and then times 2, and then times 3. And so here's the pair that comes out, and you have 2 times 3, which is 6. So 4 radical 6 would be your answer. 54, I'm going to use 9 times 6. 9 is 3 times 3, and 6 is 3 times 2. So we have 3 times 3 times 3 times 2. Here's one couple, it comes out. The 2 singles stay in, so 3 radical 6. When you're multiplying, you multiply the outside 2 together, that would be 6. And then you multiply the inside 2 together, and that would be the square root of 36. And what is the square root of 36? The square root of 36 is just 6, no square root sign. Okay, so square root of 36 is equal to 6. Okay, not equal to, and this is where you guys mess up, this is not equal to the square root of 36. That's not true. So it's not this one, it's this one. So this becomes 6 times 6, which is just 36. You have the 6 from here plus this, or times the 6 that you get when you do the square root of 36, and so you end up getting actually 36. Okay, when there are big numbers like this, in class I taught you that you need to just break them down individually. So this is going to be the square root of 18 times 75. So we can just break those down into 2 times 9, which is 3 times 3, And this would be 3 times 25, and 25 is 5 times 5. So we have 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 5 times 5. So we have negative 3, and then inside we have 2, we have 3 3s, and we have 2 5s. Okay, all of the numbers that are prime. So instead of multiplying 18 times 75 and getting some huge number and then having to break that down, you can just break them down individually. And so all of these together should multiply to give us what 18 times 75 would be. So then we circle our pairs. We already have a negative 3 outside. This is going to give us a positive 3 outside, and this is going to give us a positive 5 outside. And then inside, we still have the 2 times the 3, which is 6. So our final answer becomes negative 45. 9, negative 3 times 3 times 5 is negative 45, radical 6. Okay?